Hey fellow history buffs and survivalists, as the bitter European winter sets in, reminding us of those unforgiving battlefields where soldiers face freezing temperatures head-on, there's one ancient tactic that stands out for keeping warm without modern gear. This old, cold-weather breathing technique, used by troops across centuries to minimize heat loss, could be your edge against the chill today. If you haven't yet, subscribe to Warpaths of Europe and like this video to dive deeper into these practical lessons from the past. Uncovering the scarf breathing method from historical records. This technique involves covering your mouth and nose with a thick wool scarf or cloth while breathing normally, a practice rooted in European military history. Soldiers in the trenches of World War I and the frozen steppes of Napoleon's Russian campaign relied on it to trap exhaled warmth. By breathing through the fabric, you create a microenvironment where outgoing breath heats the incoming air, reducing the body's overall heat expenditure in sub-zero conditions. Explaining how scarf breathing conserves body heat effectively. In freezing weather, your body loses heat rapidly through respiration, exhaling warm, moist air that carries away vital energy. The scarf acts as a natural heat exchanger, capturing that moisture and warmth so the next inhale draws in pre-warmed air. This cuts respiratory heat loss by up to 30% based on principles seen in old army manuals, preventing hypothermia and maintaining core temperature during prolonged exposure. Unlike mouth breathing, which vents heat directly into the cold, this method recycles it, much like how Arctic explorers adapted indigenous fur wraps for the same purpose. Tracing its use in key European military campaigns, we see how, during the brutal winter of 1941 on the Eastern Front, German and Soviet forces wrapped scarves or improvised cloths over their faces to endure -40 degrees Celsius nights. This helped minimize frostbite and fatigue that claimed thousands. Earlier, during the 30 Years' War across snowy Central Europe, infantrymen used linen or wool bindings in much the same way, allowing them to march longer without succumbing to the cold. These weren't just comforts, they were survival tools that turned the tide in sieges and retreats, as documented in period diaries and military dispatches. Putting scarf breathing into practice for your winter routines, well, to apply this today, choose a breathable wool or fleece scarf. Avoid synthetics that trap too much moisture. Wrap it loosely over your nose and mouth during outdoor activities like hiking in snowy forests or commuting in icy winds. For instance, if you're cross-country skiing in the Alps, breathe steadily through the fabric to keep your airways warm, reducing coughs and energy drain. Or, on a winter urban walk, use it to beat the cold by preventing that sharp chest burn from frigid air, letting you stay out longer without layering excessively. It's best to test it on short exposures first, just to adjust the wrap's tightness for comfort. As you gear up to beat the cold this season, remember these historical gems keep us connected to the resilience of past warriors. Subscribe now to Warpaths of Europe for more survival insights from Europe's battlegrounds, and share this with a fellow enthusiast facing the winter freeze. Let's preserve these tactics together.